Warning: this show contains facts, sarcasm, and opinions hotter than my coffee. If that bothers you, there's the door, and yes, it squeaks.
Hey Rippers, welcome back to Coffee and Cards episode 9 here on Ripping and Ranting. I'm Shane. I've got all your hobby news and sports for the last week. All hot today. We're coming in heavy with the Rant mode on. About Arch Manning's debut, Meltdown against Ohio State, plus a sit down with Joshua Clarke of J. Clarke's Custom Cards, and our countdown continues on the top 10 coolest oddball sports cards. So let's get into it. Alright guys, Arch Manning versus Ohio State. Listen up, this was not the coronation that fans had drooled over all summer. Manning stepped into Ohio Stadium under the snapping glare of hype and got crushed. So let's break it down. Went 17 for 30, 170 yards with one measly touchdown and an interception. That's playing not so much with fire as being dipped in gasoline instead of light. ESPN didn't even mince words. 37% of his throws were off target. The worst accuracy game of a Texas quarterback in over a decade. That's cold, harsh reality in neon lights. His first half, a dumpster fire. Manning couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. 0 for 5 on throws. Over 5 yards before halftime, leaving no doubt he was wrapped. And sure, he popped off in the fourth. 4 of 7, 105 yards, and a touchdown, offering the faintest spark of life, but that's just a flicker in the dark, not a renaissance. To top it off, he left the field owning the loss, saying, ultimately, not good enough. And that starts with me. Captain accountability, fine. Star power execution, The poor salt in the wound. Ohio State's defense made him look like he didn't belong. Stuffing him in the one, picking him off, squashing 2 red zone drives like they were nonsense. Manning didn't just underperform, he looked flat out overmatched. In summary, this wasn't the star turn. It was a sobering rookie drama. Hype, deflated. Execution, non-existent. Was there fire? Just enough to flirt with a comeback, but nowhere near the blaze that we needed. Here's hoping that swagger returns, because if he keeps delivering this gray drudgery while the defense plays like elite reinforcement, Texas fans are going to be in for a long season. And not to come down on Arch too bad. He's got a lot to live up to, right? His grandfather, his dad, his uncle. Kid's got big shoes to fill, and I wish him the best. I'm pulling for him. All right, now it's time for our top 10 coolest oddball sports cards countdown. Number 9 pick. And at number 9, we have the Mark Jackson Mendez Brothers card. Now I'm going to put a picture better up here in the corner so you can see. But if you look just right here, you see sitting courtside the Mendez brothers. And this one isn't just odd, it's infamous. During the Knicks game, the camera snapped Mark Jackson mid-play, as we see here. And who do we see courtside? That's them, the Mendez brothers. Shortly after murdering their parents in 1989, they went on a spending spree. Courtside tickets, Rolexes, whatever they could do to spend the money, and I think they knew what was coming, so, you know. But the Mark Jackson card, which would have been a set filler or, otherwise, no offense to Mark, great player, great coach. He's had some drama over the years, but who doesn't? This card is a must for anyone who collects the odd. So if you don't have it, look it up. It used to be a very cheap card. These days, if they're graded, they can reach up there a little bit. So see what you can find. They're not too hard to find. It is from the junk wax era. So, all right, something to show you guys here. It's our, get a better picture here. It's our Ripping and Ranting mascot, Ripster, modeled in a 1989 Don Russ rated Ranter. This one comes to us courtesy of Mr. Joshua Clarke of J. Clarke's Custom Cards. Now, Mr. Clarke has a very busy schedule. He's constantly making cards. He does great work. So we had to get a little bit creative. So he sent me a pre-recorded interview. So I'm going to show you guys that.
All right, here we go. Origin story and hook. Those kind of go together. Of course, it was during COVID and during the pandemic. It was, while everybody was locked down and needed something to keep my hands busy, I joined Instagram, and it started out with doing like vinyl wall art, and as you can tell behind me, I ran out of room for wall stuff. So I started seeing custom cards and guys creating stuff on Instagram. So that's when I was like, hey, I can do that too. How long have I been collecting? I've been collecting since probably 1990. My cousin got into it first. So that's kind of what drew me in. I took a quite a bit of a break and joined, of course, surprise, surprise, during the pandemic again. Joined back into collecting during that period. So, been 5 years since that. Do I have a favorite athlete to create things of? As you can probably tell, yes. Michael Jordan gets created quite a bit. He's usually a test subject of new designs and new stuff that I do. Kobe is also one. Bo Jackson is another that I frequently create stuff of. One thing about the card industry that drives me nuts now, it's kind of what forced me out the first time and kind of what has forced me back out again, is just the oversaturation of the parallels, the refractors, the 87 million different parallels of the same card, but it's numbered, so it's better. also the skyrocketing prices of absolutely everything is another huge turnoff right now. And favorite player to collect, again, that's pretty obvious. My biggest collection and the athlete that I have the most of is, of course, Michael Jordan. So that's about it, and thanks.
And as you can tell, Joshua's passion for creative artistry shines through in every frame. His approach, melding nostalgia with craftsmanship, makes his custom designs stand out in a crowded hobby. Huge thanks to Jay Clarke's Custom Cards for sharing his story with us. And we have something special planned for this. Hopefully we get to it on the next couple videos. Alright guys, that's it. I'm not going to rant on you too hard. I think I went far enough with Arch. But we're going to wrap it there. And it's the end of episode 9 of Coffee and Cards. Let me know in the comments, was I too hard on Arch? Does he deserve every bit of the rant? And what's your favorite oddball card in your collection? If you want, drop a comment and tell me about it. Head over to Facebook, same name there, find me. Instagram, send it in my DMs. I want to hear about it. And pictures if you got them. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead, hit that bell so you see everything that's coming. You don't want to miss the next rant. So till next time, keep sipping, keep ripping, most of all, keep ranting about it.